right now. Spawns are up. Archaea taking over Data Core Hive. Meanwhile, over there in flight control, we have Saunamen going for a 5-man exit straight out of Comp Lab.
What is this? This is something I've not seen. This is pretty bizarre. This might be a base rush. This is just like some sort of weird, like, rapid build.
It might be a relocate. I saw them do this against G yesterday. It's a very potent Crossroads relocation. They might be going for it. 4 men going straight into Crossroads. Ark having no idea where they are. It's been a while since anybody's done this kind of opening play. What are they doing? Where are they going for? We don't know yet. We got 4 men in Crossroads right now. Kane being told probably to go poke at Marine Start. There it is. Relocation.
This is awesome. Just the relocation here. This is something I haven't seen done in a long time. We used to do this every once in a while, way back.
Command station under attack.
Now this is powerful, extremely powerful to succeed on a relocate open. They are losing their main IP, but it just got recycled. Looks like it's going to get off, so they're going to be able to save both the chair and the IP, probably recovering most of that cost right there and keeping 3 harvesters. So this is going to let the Marines be extremely aggressive on their pressure now.
Now the aliens got to be cautious because they're biting flight and comp lab, which is good because that's basically all the rest for the Marines. But they're completely exposed on reactor and ventilation. That they do have hydras there, but there's not really any aliens in position to deal with them. So they got to be too careful of overextending themselves.
And relocation, in my mind, is kind of like putting a permanent phase gate in Crossroads. Allows you to go anywhere on the map that you please at any time. Because Crossroads is so interconnected to everything, these Marines can choose to. They did this against G yesterday on a scrim, and it actually managed to do super well because these Marines kept pushing straight into all the natural expansions for the aliens, and they just couldn't manage to get any pressure. So I'm curious to see if it's going to work the same way.
Now, the Marines need to be offensive, though. I know they're trying to get back and build extractors, but they have to send these groups like Sola and Nate. They have to go and hit these harvesters because all the aliens are setting up on the left side of the map, just trying to set up for ambushes. And if they just try and go back and rebuild res constantly, then they're going to be in a losing battle.
Here goes Sola and Nate right here, just kind of chipping away at reactor core. We only have Skuggan and Eagle Eye currently ready to try to do this hit right here. Skuggan, however, getting picked off before he manages to do any damage, and a nice win by Nate and Sola right there, taking out both Skulks. Probably going to be able to secure this RT, except we have a 3-man Skulk team. Gray, Scratch, and Maintain, streaming straight in. Gray getting picked off, however. Nate left with a full clip, now empty. Scram, Maintain versus Sola.
Nice job, Sola.
Finish.
And Sola's going to be joined here pretty soon by, actually, Wee's going to build. But like I said, he doesn't necessarily even have to kill this right now. Whatever damage he puts into this is a win because they're going to have to try and find a way to heal it because it's going to be under constant pressure from Crossroads.
And what happened there was the entire Marine alien team got cleared, so they were all forced back to their eggs, and they were actually out of eggs at the time when they were spawning up right there. So it was a nice delay on the Marines' part. Wow, Nate in Glass Hallway. Being a hero, I managed to kill just 1 Skulk when 3 surrounded him. Nice little play.
Alright, so they do discover that Drifter now in Crossroads, so that should help them not be spotted as they're moving out. Give them a little bit more presence. It's going to be hard to squeeze another Drifter in there. They're going to have to try and settle for something in maybe the Glass Hallway route, but it's likely that the Marines are going to be able to pressure here. Going for a little bit of split pressure right now with Nate and Raylo going over to the reactor side, maybe to be joined with Weak. No, he gets wiped up. And then Lipa's going to push forward over with Sola into the ventilation side.
So a curious thing about this position right now in this game is that Godar was in this exact same area, and this is where it starts getting unmanageable because you look at how many Marine extractors there are right now, and look how much pressure is just pouring out of these double IPs at the start right here. The aliens are just managing to get barely 2 extractors under attack, but once they push out, these Marines are going to spawn back up, and it's such a short walk into ventilation and reactor.
Yeah, Reactor's definitely going to go down here unless Eagle Eye can hero Skulk against 2 Marines, and it looks like he's not even going to... Well, he might try here. They should hear him. They hear him.
1 bite, 2 bites, 1 Marine down. Solo left by himself for Skuggan and Eagle Eye. Eagle Eye getting picked off. Nate taking out Skuggan too, and now they're going to lose Reactor Core Harvester.
Yeah, it's going to be hard to reestablish that too, because with all this pressure they're putting in here, they can't just re-drop it. They have to clear and hold Glass Hallway. This is a strong position right now that the Marines are in. If they get that down, and they just have to hold. They just have to prevent them from putting it back up. The Lurk is now up, which is going to help a lot. Fano now is Lurk over on Pipe Junction side, trying to hold ventilation in the next extractor, and the aliens are starting to expand into sub-access now.
Here comes Fana diving straight into those two Marines, missing his crucial bite right there. However, Raylo and Solo are going to be overwhelmed as a bunch of skulks come in. Fana doing some great bites, managing to get a really fancy pick there on Sola. That's a lot of flying. So
they put reactor back up, which I'm kind of surprised about because they know the Marines are just going to walk right back up there and take it down.
That'd be a comp lab right there. Easy pick for Fana.
Marines are now only on 2 extractors.
And they're going to have to start being careful about how they carry themselves on the field here. While Crossroads lets you get everywhere on the map easily, you actually have to like pick the side that you're going to want to go to, because once you go over there, it's going to be a long way to get back and try to alternate yourself into a pressure team.
Ooh, Fana just barely getting out with that.
Right there is actually probably going to be trapped.
He's trapped, but I'm sure he's going to stay there for a while until there's an opening, which it looks like Eagle Eye and Skogan are probably going to try and create for him. But yeah, he can't move out for a while. Oh, that was kind of risky moving out with such little health towards Crevice there. Banking on them being distracted.
Come in and give him a high five.
So, sub-access is going to go down. Reactor's going to take some damage. Scram over there healing it, which is good because they're going to be able to get that back up to full health. But they don't have sub-access, and they still don't have a second hive location that they can take. Or take easily, rather. So even though the Marines are losing this res, I mean, they are still getting their upgrades going. Armor 1's done, shotguns are completed, and they're going to be able to start armor or weapons 1 if they want to, but they really need to get these extractors back before they can do anything. But they're not, you know, they're not stunted so much by how much they're losing. They're still doing great pressure.
You know, because of this, these 2 IPs and how close they are to the alien harvesters, I don't think they really need so many, except, wow! Did Ray just go down?
Yeah, Ray just went down.
Oh, man. That's a massive win right there for Saunamen.
Yeah, they're not having that second lurk to cover the other side. Now Fana's going to be kind of stretched thin trying to defend everything here as the lurk. Because you can defend with the skulks, but the lurk makes a side much more safe, and so he's going to have to choose which side he wants to be on.
Oh, look at this sub-access right here. These 2 Marines are going to be encountering Fana, Lurk, Skogan, Skull.
No, Fana went away. Fana went towards Comp Lab, so it's just going to be Skogan, and then Scram will be by himself as Skogan gets picked. Fana kind of leaving them to their own devices. He's coming back to the vent now.
Skogan getting shot off. Solo left to fight against Fana and Scram right here. Fana doing a nice job of killing both Marines. Fana getting a little bit overextended right there.
Oh my gosh.
20% HP right there. Ray getting a T-res drop too behind all of this.
So sub-access finally claimed. Looks like we're going to push back into reactor here, and this time I think we'll lose it, or the Archaea will lose it because there's no one really in anywhere nearby to defend it. But I think that's a smarter choice. They need to just let reactor go. They need to make sure they keep sub-access, get a second hive location. They'll still be fine on 3 extractors with the sub-access harvester, but I don't know. I think the Marines are going to be able to cap now if they don't push up through the reactor side on the aliens.
Fana over there in flight control doing some really fancy dodging against Sola right there. So it's kind of painful for these Marines right now. They just, like, they have great pressure, but they need a little bit of cash on the side so they can manage to get some money going. Kind of watching Fana right here, getting kind of pushed up against, looks like 2 shotguns who are going to be walking into sub-access. And we see a large alien force starting to amass itself using that gorge tunnel to their advantage. Ray and Fana the lurk with a little bit of a flank going on by Skogan right here. Lepia and Nate need to be a little bit closer together. They don't want to lose either of these shotguns right now.
Yeah, they are close enough where they can just run back and get it, but they don't want to have to be in a position where they just sprint back to get those. You're right. Reactor again being taken. So the pressure that the Marines had early on is just kind of falling behind because the aliens are just circumventing the Marines, going behind hitting extractors, and they're forcing too many of them to be defensive. And then the ones that are capping aren't winning their you know, one-on-one engagements.
Here comes that big push right now. It's got 3 shotguns pushing directly into sub-axis. We have Scratchum the Gorge already built up his Hydras and still growing this hive, which is currently sitting at 86%. It looks like the Marines instead neglecting to fall back instead of trying to force a play.
Yeah, they're not going to be able to push because Ray's doing a good job at chipping all their armor. Nate has none left, and Sola and Lepa were both pretty low. And with the fact that the Gorge tunnel is there's crags and actual Gorge healing, plus a lurk, it's going to be too difficult to push into. So now the aliens are... Go ahead and they're going to do a rapid expansion. It's going to delay the Marines from building anything at the very least, which is going to hurt because right now they're only on 3 extractors to the aliens' 4. We've got a big push moving over from Crossroads towards Pipe Junction, and they want to make this hive. They want to push this hive and try and take it down. They got to do some sort of guaranteed damage here. If this doesn't work, I don't see them come back
down.
to this.
36%, 24% on the lurk right there.
Oh, he's at oh, yeah,
all the
into the
Marines
hive.
are surrounding him. Scratchum left outside of the gorge. The carousel's completely exposed. We have Ray coming in trying to chip off some of these Marines. Skogan's just getting evaporated right there. So right now, Fana's just locked into this hive.
50%.
Wow.
They're going to get this.
Is big. This 30%. Is really big. The Skulks are coming through the gorge tunnel. I don't know if they're going to be able to...
Oh, it goes down!
Shot right there. The Skulks coming in, swarming all of these shotgun Marines. The hive down to 7%. Nate's
oh my gosh!
5% left on the hive right there. There is no gorge up. We're going to see some kind of big play to try to push directly back in there maybe. That's kind of the one play that they have. 3 crags chopped around this hive. And Scrap Gorge. They're just trying to spearhead a push right now. Nate and Wee trying to force their way in, taking out both Skulks. Ray now left with low energy, being forced away. Almost getting picked off, going straight into the hive.
Hive's at 11% now. They got the heal wave going on. I don't know if they're going to be able to take this because they're going to
have the weapons to get this done. They need a little bit more than that. And a gorge blowing on this hive. There's no way that these Marines combined on their own are going to be able to take that hive right there.
That was a great defense by Archaea, swarming in with just like a second later, and they probably would have lost that hive. Now it's completely safe. It's got the crags on. It's up back up at 40%. They've got fades with blink, so it's going to be a difficult task now for the Marines. That was a good play by Saunamen, but I think a little bit of a misfocus because some of them were shooting the carapace shell, and then they started focusing the hive. So if they'd all just focused one or the other, they would have done some sort of guaranteed damage. But now they don't have either.
You know, I don't think did they kill the shell at the end there?
They did not kill a shell. They got it to about half or so.
Now these Marines are kind of left in a really bad position because both hives are finished. We have Fate starting to pop out. We're going to probably see 1 or 2 more coming online soon enough. So they're going to have to start making some big plays here. Raylo and Wee are all that's left in this 3-man team who's slowly getting picked off by Skuggan, the Fade, Ray, and Tane, all collapsing on this. Except I think Skuggan got every kill there. Nice job.
The good news, though, is the Marines did behind this manage to get back up to 5 extractors. If they can get a harvester kill, they'll put aliens back at 3, which is where you want to try and keep them, is 3 or below. And the reactor's pretty easy to hit at this point. I mean, they do have fades, but it pulls them pretty far away from the other side of the map if they're all moving to reactor to defend. That looks like that's what they're going to do, is just try to push reactor and keep them pinned to 3.
Fane right here, thinking about diving into this reactor team right here. It's kind of a dangerous fight to try to take on your own. However, he does manage to pick up Sola. We and Raylo versus 2 shotguns right here. Tane getting another pick off really well. And then Ray finishing off with some spikes on both shotguns and an AR.
So I imagine they'll probably push back up there and maybe save their shotguns. Who knows? I mean, right now they are so low on res that only it looks like the commander and Lepa can actually afford anything.
So what they need to do again is like get some high life form picks, and that'll actually allow them to try to get themselves back into this game. But the longer it drags on, the harder and harder it's going to get, because the aliens keep expanding. You know, look at all the assists going into Atrium right now. At some point, they're going to plan on dropping Atrium, maybe going over the crevice.
Oh, Tane taking 2 big hits. Oh my gosh, he tried to get Lepa over there as he was standing on the edge of ventilation. Took 2 big hits and just almost went down trying to do that. Reactor's going down. I'm sure ventilation will go down here in a moment because it's at 7%. So I'm sure that, yeah, Lepa's just going to run back there. He knows it's low. He's going to run back there and get that.
What's going on behind all of this Marine pressure? The aliens are starting to slowly surround the entire map, insists.
Yeah, they all
gonna make it so hard to reestablish res once all of this stuff goes down.
Yeah, they very nearly made a full circuit all the way through Crevice. But they're only on two harvesters right now. The third one going up in Comp Lab. And they don't really have a bank, which is kind of dangerous because if they lose any life forms here, it's going to be very difficult to replace. Got 3 Marines now pushing back up into Data Core. They're going to go straight for the shell. They want to take that down.
Oh, but look at all of those frags and Scram Gorge just healing that shell back up to full. Every clip that's dumped into it was instantly like overwritten.
Yeah, the 3 Crags doing the heal wave. It's just, it's pretty impossible to just get anything down with that going on.
I'm pretty sure it was the fact that they never broke the armor, so no matter how much you did damage to it, Scram and the 3 Crags just healing up that armor again, which is worth double HP. Pretty ridiculous.
Now Marines on
Arms Lab.
Marines on 1 extractor, and then this full circuit almost complete through Crevice here. Just got a few cysts, and they will have a full surround on the map.
Look at this. It's connected.
There it is.
Oh, wait. It doesn't connect the reactor core. It looks like Scram is going to try to connect this circuit. It's going to be such a pretty creation.
That's so ridiculous, just having the whole map like that. They could take Crevice, and they call it, there goes the GG. But it's interesting to see.
Attempt right there by Saunamen. Honestly, that was probably one of the most unique openings we've seen on a big stream in a while.
Station under attack.
The Crossroads relocate really doesn't be, it's not utilized very